There's some.
I wouldn't say so.
Not really.
Yes, to a certain extent.
I think it's generally in today's society pretty much equal.
There is to a degree.
Not really. I see equality in a lot of places.
I don't think so. There's still a way to go, but it's getting better.
The plight of women is still very evident.
It depends what setting you're in and where you are and what demographic you are.
Especially in countries where it's like third world quality.
I think ignorance is a biggest part of it.
I think it's very understated as well. It's like a subtle kind of inequality.
There's a lot of inequality going on that we often take for granted.
You may not notice it, but it's there.
Pay is a big thing.
Incomes for certain like places for women is still lower in Australia.
And job opportunities for women, yeah.
Especially in workplaces where like women can't, do heavy lifting.
I think there's inequality where inequality is due sometimes, like when you are doing a job that you need heavy lifting, and sometimes girls can't fulfil that requirement.
I used to work at Hungry Jack's, and a manager said to me, oh, can you pick up this? And I was quite heavy thing and I have a bad back, and he knew that. And there was women who were much stronger and taller than me, but they weren't asked. It was my responsibility just because I was the male there.
I mean, like, they have gender equality rallies and people are still dickheads about it.
I mean, especially the rape culture.
Like that thing in France where the guy just exposed himself at an anti-rape rally. I mean, that kind of speaks for itself.
I think it's unfair to some degree, the way that women are presented in media.
I mean, if you look at like just gossip magazines.
There's a difference between the male celebrities and the female celebrities, I think.
Kind of a lot of our society these days is structured around gender binaries.
Girls are pretty and skinny and guys are big and tough.
Which is basically just thinking of masculinity in one way and femininity in another way.
I think there's also the expectation that women be both sexy but not a sexual being.
Over-sexualized women and not really so for men.
Our society is structured in such a way that we are kind of forced to conform to these ideals.
I really think the media is just in a rut. They just keep doing what they're doing, and I don't think they're ever going to change personally.
Like the Snickers ad that just came out, like I know there was a big uproar about that, like was it sexist?
Gag where they're standing up the top of a balcony dressed like tradies and yelling out compliments kind of thing, like positive reinforcement instead of like catcalls.
I thought it was going to be great to start off with. I was like, oh, this is lovely. It's portraying tradies in a different light. But basically what the ad's, I think, trying to say is that this is tradies when they're not themselves.
Because you're not you when you're hungry, apparently.
If you see me later tonight after I've had a Snickers, I probably won't act in this same way.
It's like it was empowering women and then it was derogatorizing men, which I guess is a complete reversal.
I thought it was pretty funny.
It's just a fair comment on how society is.
I don't know, all the boys that I know that are construction workers, that's pretty much what they're like.
It's like being social commentary, basically.
That's what satire is.
It's just kind of wrong in a lot of ways.
I guess it's just about developing everyone's capacity to empathize.
People aren't educated enough about these things, and I feel like we've got a long way to go before there's any kind of equality on all of these kind of issues.
I think we should be instead of like this, we should be like this, like together, on top, conquering the world.